Armor of Light 1312 back at it again. I'd like to send a special thank you out to Amy Johnson for putting together information and research for us today on our topic of human trafficking, as well as my buddy Richie Masello for being our filming, editing, and the all-around utility man for this operation. A couple weeks ago we put out a video on porn, and a lot of people were taken back that we kind of took that route and kind of went down that avenue. The point of Armor of Light, we're going to be taking topics and shining light on that may be taboo, and they may be something that you want to sweep under the rug. Human trafficking has become a major crisis and epidemic in this world, and some people see it as a third world problem. It's right here in your backyard. I live in Florida. I can tell you Tampa and Miami are two of the biggest ports of entry for people who are being human trafficked, women and children. Now, Proverbs 21:13 says, "Whoever shuts his ears to the cry of the poor will also cry himself and not be heard." Meaning, you can't just turn a blind eye and walk away or not look at it. Maybe you see that prostitute on the corner with the pimp literally standing right there. And you now, I'm just going to keep driving. I'm not going to say anything. I don't want to get involved. Now, I'm not saying you go out there and you physically approach the pimp like you're, trained to go fight and do something. But it doesn't take you but 2 seconds to call up the police department and say, hey, they got some stuff going on down here at this and that corner. There's a pimp literally standing there with 4 women. Can you do something about it? Or maybe you live in an apartment complex and they're running a woman who's being trafficked up in an apartment adjacent to you. And they say, hey, can you guys come and do an investigation? I believe there's a woman being trafficked up here. There's been men coming in and out of this room all day, every day for the past 9 days. It doesn't take much effort to go and do that. Okay? If you knew what these women go through when they're literally taken, or they're groomed and they're brainwashed, okay? They're addicted to drugs, they get raped, gang raped by their pimps and the cartels and people involved. They're starved, they're beaten, threatened with violence, they're put in confinement, locked in little areas and little rooms. Okay? These women need help. Now maybe some of you are like, well, I don't know how to help. How can I help out? You know what I mean? There's this organization called Breaking Out. They're actually going and getting involved with taking these women and rescuing them, okay? Maybe you don't have prior law enforcement or military background and have the skills to do some of the surveillance and stuff like that. But maybe you have additional resources and you can donate money, or you have time that you're available and you can become a counselor to some of these women. Let's be honest, they're going through some seriously nasty, traumatic situations, and they need help. Okay? They're out there being forced to have sex between 20 and 48 times a day. I'm sure some of you women watching this just cringed because physically your body's not capable of doing that. And when they're done being ravaged day after day after day, and they bleed out internally, they die. And if they become unable to perform, they're literally taken out back, shot and killed, and it's next one up. My problem is this. At what point here in the United States of America have we allowed the pendulum to swing so far and lost our spiritual grounding so badly that as a man, you can okay going to buy an 8-year-old girl to go have vaginal, anal, and oral sex with? Or a 5 or 6-year-old boy? How does a 40-year-old man okay this? How? You see, little sins add up to bigger sins. And this is how the video from 2 weeks ago ties in with the porn. You start watching porn. It creates this erotic fantasy, which then creates these thoughts in your mind of, man, all this hardcore porn, this is crazy. I'd love to try this, maybe. Maybe your girlfriend's not into that stuff, and rightfully so to the extent. So now you say to yourself, maybe I can go out behind her back when she's on vacation, and I can go bang out a prostitute. You see, there's no attachment. You're just taking. You're taking. You're taking. There's no give back. There's no emotion. She's just an object. Your mind starts shifting to where women are objects and you're just being treated as such. You start banging prostitutes on a regular basis because you don't care. You're doing what you want to them. You paid to do that. And if they don't perform, they get their hell beat out of them by their pimp. So now maybe it extends a little further to where maybe you don't necessarily get involved with the trafficking directly but you're saying, hey, there's a beautiful girl who just moved in to my apartment complex. You guys should go check her out and try and get her into what you're doing. She'd probably make you guys a lot of money. At what point do we now make a stand to stop being so damn PC about everything and we attack it with some aggression and take charge? You see something wrong? Go deal with it. You see, there's a saying, and it's an old saying, and we used it on our Warrior Grind shirts last year. It says, the only thing necessary for evil to prevail is for good people to do nothing. I'll end it with this. It's Psalms 82:4. Rescue the weak and the needy. Deliver them from the hands of the wicked. Go out and make a difference.